to the group of ASOE. It's my privilege and a pleasure to share an opportunity and to share my experience about the so-called topic advanced communication skills. First, we should understand what is the meaning of communication in a broader sense. Communication itself has the two different meanings in the two senses, in the simple sense and the technical sense. A simple sense of communication is just to transfer the message containing an information from one person to another, no matter whether the message may be in a verbal form or a written form or in a hand in person. In a technical sense, we just generally deal with the connecting and establishing a link of the proper source to the required destination through proper channel, a communication channel. The three basic elements required for a proper communication is an information source, a communication channel, and a proper decoding receiver. So in the real life, how this communication works out with the particular individual. Now, to say in a short, the essential part of the communication lies in the way of linking the people dynamically, globally around the entire different parts of the world. Linking the people and having a talk intellectually doesn't form a group of communication, but it is the wholehearted participation required from an individual and the opposite person for the able to perspect the effectiveness of the communication language. The language must be simple, natural, be yourself. Never try to copy or imitate or reiterate the words which are being told by some others. Just try to be simple and just use some of the methods or the technologies which are being available, and so far you have been supposed to just mix up some of the types of the verbs and the prepositions which add on to. Now, what I mean about the communication is the most powerful tool to bring the people closer, to open the minds of the people and create a lot of interest in them who hesitate, especially in the communication. Moreover, the vital part of this lies is the way to interact with the people, analyze them, understand their situations and respond back according to the situation of the problem. Some of the key points required for the successful communication are: first, it is required to develop a well-established link between a source and the destination. The destination should be as such that there should be no interference from the surroundings. The second is a logical analysis which starts from your right brain, which starts analytical thought, logic, reasoning, and a language which starts from your left brain, which masters your right hand. Keeping this in mind, keep your left brain completely in the off mode. Hibernate that particular brain in your off mode and do not enter the standby mode. The more the interaction with the people, the more kind of a sensitive knowledge which you can gain out of it, the more kind of an essentials which you can grab from them, and the understanding skills is the most important between the communicator and the person who is being a listener. The participation, the wholehearted participation, is very essential for the complete communication. And next, after the participation, we shall have a complete involvement. Unless a person is involved in the talk, he is not able to communicate it properly to the person and he cannot reach it, mind it. Then there should be a complete influencing the group. So once a person is given a task and asked him to speak, the person should completely be involved and should be able to know what he is going to speak and how he is going to be delivering the content of the flow of the communication. So these are some of the essential part of the communication where the entire person's individuality and the naturality is being assessed here. The influencing the group. Once a person is able to speak and the others are capable of listening the person, then he has the power to influence the group. After influencing the group, the frequent discussions by an interactions which will help the communication to be much more flexible and be carried out with a great confidence. So these are some of the key points required for the successful communication. Next is I would like to discuss about the good points about a good communicator and a good orator. See, a good speaker need not be a good communicator only or an orator, but he is an essential part of that particular dynamic life where he can judge and assess the people based on his qualitative thinking and trying to bridge the intervening gap between those who are hesitating in the communication so that the ideas continuously flow and the perfection in the English can be attained. In fact, the good communicators are those who listen to them very carefully. And when you listen, you can interact with them, ask frequent questions, and get your doubts clarified. Of course, there are some persons who do not communicate well, but still it is one of the form of communication according to them. But whatever the communication, it may be either verbal, written, or a picture signal, whatever the communication type or the language we may be using it, the version, in fact, they all lies in the communication of how we are been responding, how quite active and dynamic we are been maintaining so far. When one person speaks at a time and he has the ability to influence the other person's wills and wish, the other person's attention, he can draw in total as a group, then there will be a perfect synchronization and a perfect understanding from the person who speaks. And finally, the person who has spoken has been completely understood and been motivated by the others. So in short, the essence of the communication lies in the reasoning capacity or the capability of the individual, which arises right from the right brain. The right brain which masters the left hand and the left brain which masters the right hand. So care has to be taken to stand by the left brain and allow the right brain to function as much as possible in order to communicate the best possible effect of the communication. Now in the communication, I would discuss some of the key points of how to reach the person, especially when the person is involved in the discussion of the communication. How far he can communicate is the most important way of communication, and how best he can deliver his content so that how good he is in communication must reach to the opposite person. That are some of the crucial ways of determining the so-called advanced communication skills. For example, if I want to consider the terms called an associate and dissociate in the marketing purpose used for the communication. First, let us see that what is an association meaning. While marketing the product to the consumer, we get associated with them and ask them to ask them to buy our product with a great response and give us a positive response. So what is exactly involved in this type of a mechanism is we are convincing about the positive points of the products. They're like a reduced price, the best quality, the assured gifts maybe, and the durability. So this is how the person gets connected with the other person in the communication, and that's how he can win over the other's hearts. We say the politeness conquers others' hearts. So here is the communication which plays a major task and role of winning the other's heart. While on the other hand, if I try to discuss the dissociation part, suppose if you are going to buy a particular article, we are going to fix up a particular article, the distribution price is fixed, and then the consumer bargains for the price of the article, during which the dissociation starts. So here we can see that how far you are able to communicate the people effectively, and the main criteria lies in the above illustration. The communicator serves as the best platform while speaking the language of the English, which originates and makes the people to communicate, to expose and good exposure to hidden talents and the personality of an individual. The personality of an individual exactly lies as the criteria of the overall development, and the speakers are considered as the best communicators as they possess the following qualities. The first one being the optimism and never act as pessimism in contradiction to that. The person who has the best optimistic nature can reach the people effectively with the least possible efforts. Then a good achiever with a strong determination is the second important stage of the quality which is required by the communicator. Then the accomplishment to the success is the third important more, and the positive spirit, determination, confidence, and the maturity. The dynamicity of the lies entirely on the communication skills. So this is the main challenging task which we are faced in the communication sector, and this is what happens in the corporate fields and almost everywhere. So as a whole, in this short, I would like to wind up here the session. So thanks for being with me, and a brief summary which I have been shared my experiences. So Thanks for your kind cooperation for spending your valuable and precious time with me and being a part of this SOE. Thank you. It's my humble request that after seeing this video, you would like to share any suggestions or the complaints or the feedback. Please, I will be entertained and I will be surely considering this, and I will surely try to solve this problem. Thank you.